included my audio. Alright, good to go.
Just fixing something up real quick. All right. If you want to go ahead and introduce yourself.
Um, G'day everyone. It's Aussiejesus here. Um, been doing Milsim for too long, way too long.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll go ahead.
That was a good introduction.
What was your What was your first unit?
Oh mate, my first Milsim unit. Never gonna forget this one. It was Task Force 187. Wasn't very big at the time, and the CO wasn't very known, which I suppose is a good thing in a sense, because a lot of known units tend to experience a lot of trouble. So, and known COs as well, they tend to experience a lot of trouble. So we really didn't, but yeah, it was a fun little unit.
What game was it on? Was it on BF4 or BF3?
Oh no, they started on Battlefield 3 and then ended up going on to Battlefield 4. So
Uh,
it was pretty fun.
and was it based on an army unit or what?
It was a US-based task force that comprised of, um, I believe, it was, pretty sure it was MARSOC at the time, MARSOC and I think Rangers.
All right.
It was pretty cool.
Uh, of course, by now you should have seen you've seen the 2042 details, correct?
I've sort of kept myself updated with it, but um, obviously I see the game set in the future. There's not really any factions. It's more like a PMC based sort of thing, which is pretty interesting from what I've heard, at least from a few people. Whether that's 100% correct or not, I mean, that's a whole other thing.
Um, Now are you planning to work on like start up your own team for that game, or are you going to be joining another unit?
Honestly, I'm steering clear of Milsim for the next game until it is, 100% viable for Milsim. Because, Battlefield 5, it took them a while before it actually was able to be
It
played
was just like it was just
in
practically
Milsim and
one
stuff.
guy working on that game, and he was a janitor.
Yeah, like,
Uh,
new game, but I don't
like,
think
what are your
Milsim will be
major
a good
concerns
option.
with the next game?
I wanted there to be a campaign, which is one thing, but honestly, my biggest thing will be there's going to be a lot of new people coming to the game, and they're going to experience Milsim, and they're going to try and create units and add a bunch of things in there that they think a certain unit would simulate, and they're really not going to have much knowledge at all. And there's going to be a lot of things in the game that are new, which I think a lot of people will try and take advantage of. say like the robot dog. Someone somewhere I already know is gonna find a way to get a robot dog, and it's gonna be extremely stupid. And yeah, I just reckon simulation's not gonna start off very good for that game because it'll be more. It's gonna be like what, like 20 years into the future or something. So
Say again?
it's gonna be 20 years into the future. So I don't think it's
Yeah, roughly.
I don't think you know it's gonna be an easy game to sim.
Uh,
So
Shit. You're in the BF4 community, correct?
yeah, online or
Uh,
on the Discord.
or either or really.
Yeah, I'm on the line community. Yeah, I mean not the line one. Sorry, the Discord one. My brain just did a backflip on me
What
then.
like you explain your unit?
Um, it's an Australian unit. Pretty cool. It's First Brigade. So it's First Brigade is obviously it's First Brigade of the Australian Army. It's also comprised of special forces and some cool other stuff. But First Brigade includes I think it's three mechanized infantry units of the Australian Army. It's pretty cool. I mean, I was in P, but um, I don't know, P sort of died, and then because I work a lot, it's sort of hard for me to just keep up with anything. And I thought, you know what, these guys are an Australian unit. I'm Australian. Why not? All I see
Yeah.
is benefit for me
I'm
here.
not.
Because
I'm getting curious. Oh, go ahead.
I just thought, I'm Australian. These guys are Australian unit. Why not? I'll join up with these guys, see how things are going.
So like you're not the only one. Like I honestly for a while thought you were like the sole Aussie in this whole unit.
Well, I mean, I don't think there is any other Australians in the Battlefield 4 community like that actually, you know, out there have run a
Because
unit
like
and
there's more
people
Brits
know.
than there are Aussies.
Oh yeah, 100%. 100%. There's way more Brits than Aussies.
Okay. Uh, I think on I think the Smoke Pit online, there's at least one Aussie. I forgot what his name was.
Yep, Comrade Kyle is a very close friend of mine. He's a
Oh yeah.
very cool guy.
Okay.
Very easy guy to get along with as well.
He's still in the army, isn't he?
I believe so, yeah. The last time I spoke to him, um, pretty sure he's, yeah. I haven't really spoke to him much about the army, because I've just been working and I haven't really had much to ask him about because I'm not running a unit at the moment. And there's even though there is changes to the Australian Army happening very quickly due to the current threat with China, I haven't really been asking much in regards to any of that stuff. So
Are you planning on enlisting or no?
it's an option at the moment. Um, Obviously, everyone's got to have a backup plan to whatever they're doing in life, and that's my backup plan.
That's nice. Um, so what do you think about like how things are gonna go? Like we obviously know that um, you're gonna have kids from the BF5 side of the house mixing in with the folks from BF4. How do you think that's gonna turn out?
Well, I mean, obviously, Battlefield 5 and Battlefield 4 are two very completely different games from two different times. Battlefield 4 has been out for what, like 7 years now? Nearly, what? I think it's
Eight or
seven
seven?
years. Yeah, it's 7 to 8 years this game's been out. Battlefield 5 came out in 2019, 2 years ago. So you're talking about, you know, a 6 year gap where they were both released on two different consoles. Battlefield 4 was first released on Xbox 360.
Oh fuck
Battlefield
yeah, I remember that
5
shit.
was released on Xbox One. So it's literally two different eras of console, as well as two different types of games where the gameplay is completely different. Obviously, Battlefield 5 guys, this game's not in the future. Battlefield 5 was set in what year?
It was during World
1930,
War Two.
whatever. Yeah, World War Two, pretty much. Yeah. So it's two different eras, completely different world from what it used to be. The weapons are different, everything's completely different. And these guys, I know a lot of them. I think a lot of them are comp players. I was in Battlefield 5 Milsim for a bit, but I didn't get too into it because like it was really more like the play style is more competition. It's not like
For
Battlefield
BF5.
or yeah, for Battlefield 5. A lot of it's not the way they play is a lot more competition style compared to the Battlefield 4 and the way that a lot of units were played. It's interesting.
Now,
It's
do
going to
you
be
see
interesting
that?
to see, but yeah.
Do you see there being more conflict um, on the horizon with was it between BF4, like folks from BF4 and folks from BF5?
Oh, 100% it will be. Like 100%. Because there's two different simulation styles between the two games. Right? And that's a fact. No one can tell me that we all sim the same because they're two different games. So it's going to be very, very interesting to see, obviously, the conflicts that do come out of everything, and because it's bound to happen. Some either, whether it happens straight away or, you know, it picks up over time. But no one's ever going to agree on one thing between the two communities, and that's just the truth.
All right. So that might, if it does bring more conflict, then that could be somewhat beneficial for the community because it brings activity.
Exactly. There's that too. It will make things a lot more interesting.
And of course, you got, I wouldn't say keep it moderate, like keep things moderately, because there will be instances where unit two units go at it. They're gonna one side's gonna dick the other side down to the point where they either disband or merge with another unit. So,
Um,
because we've seen that how
yeah,
many
it's a
times
common
in
occurrence. Yeah,
BF4.
it's a common occurrence.
So, I mean, again, you just want to have fun GTOs and whatnot, but shit, duke it out. Fucking, but if you can't win, you can't win. Um,
JTO's only so fun after a while. They just sort of get boring. It's like this is the thing is that the truth is, mate, in the 21st century, people feed off drama. Okay, so really, I mean, Milsim especially is a bunch of teenagers most of the time. And if you're 40-year-old doing Milsim, what are you doing with your life? But
yeah.
at the end of the day, man, it's a bunch of teenagers or young adults who are just either causing drama or playing with drama because that's just what they feed off. It doesn't.
I get that.
It's just all it is, man. There's bound to be drama eventually. I'm surprised there hasn't already been drama. The game's not even out yet, but this is the Battlefield Milsim community we're talking about, so the drama's bound to come soon.
I'm I'm pretty sure someone in the last MRT mentioned that um, in the Battlefield 5 community, before the game even dropped, there was like two War Dogs that dropped.
That's very
And
interesting.
I forgot who the fuck it was. Maybe Jason could tell us. He's in the chat. So, um, but yeah, not even the game. The game's not even out, and people are going at each other's throats and having at it. But we can see how this turns out. It's going to be the same way then. Day one of Battlefield 2042 is going to be really interesting.
Well, one thing I'm
Uh,
interesting to see is obviously Battlefield 5. I don't know. Obviously, there wasn't MAs for Battlefield 5 because
MAs?
yeah, there was no military advisors for Battlefield 5. All right, so
Like there's military folks that like could answer like historical questions or some shit, but I don't know.
yeah, but other than
Usually
that,
people
like
just
if you
stick with
really think
books.
about it, how useful were the MAs for Battlefield 5?
I don't know. There's well, people use it for what the fuck? They use it for like questions. They go to them for questions. Like, hey, can you help me with this or that? Um, a lot of the stuff from World War II is like you can find what units were issued. Um, if you dug real deep enough, you can find out what units were issued, like what did they use, what was the layout, like how many Garands or carbines or Thompsons were issued per squad or whatnot. So
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's gonna be interesting to see those Battlefield 5 guys. They're probably not used to having
yeah,
MAs
man,
jump down
a
their
lot of them
throat when they're
used
doing something wrong.
a lot of them did use Wikipedia, and that shit got they got called out real quick because like people will see their kits and do like people be rating and during their raid they'll see some weird shit. So someone, one of the reps from the raiding team will ask for a kit list. Then once they see all this fucked up shit from the kit list, and you know where that fucking song and dance goes.
Yeah.
Uh, Shit, I forgot what the hell the question we're gonna ask Jason. But yeah, any other things you see uh, wrong? Like any other uh, pet peeves you have with the upcoming game?
Um, Wingsuits. To be honest, pretty. Oh, no, no, the grapple gun. That was a bit funny.
Yeah,
I'm
it's
I'm waiting for someone to start simulating the Justice League so I can be Batman and use a grapple gun.
there's already someone's already wanting to make North Korea.
Oh yeah, I've seen that. Yeah.
I don't know. I'm looking at the chat right now. Jason, are you talking about BF4 or BF5 community? Like just for clarification. Yeah, because like, cause I'm pretty sure like you don't see too many raids or wars for that matter in the BF4, but I know BF5 is practically dead right now. Um,
I never really. Yeah, I got into Battlefield 5 a little bit, Milsim and stuff, but after a while, I sort of just the game's too laggy for me to play on a US server. So it was just really annoying and frustrating for me to stay in a Battlefield 5 Milsim.
yeah, I mean the Battlefield 1 community that handled pretty well.
Yeah, I didn't
Um,
I didn't do Milsim on Battlefield 5 at all. Never, I mean Battlefield 1, sorry. I didn't play it much, to be honest.
Yeah, they did it pretty well. Of course, you had happen every now and then. Um, and of course, they had the big ass war between the some like, what was it? One of our after their little shit show went south. So
Not if I heard about those guys in a while.
yeah, I don't know if they're even still around anymore. But
How many people have offered you a spot in their Battlefield 2042 unit?
say again?
How many people have offered you a spot in their new Battlefield unit?
I mean, I joined a team with Conk, so I'm working with him on that one.
Hi, yeah? What unit is it?
Yeah,
I think I saw it somewhere,
he's
but...
Dev Crew.
Ah, Dev Crew, that's alright.
Yeah, he wants to do seal units. So I was like, okay, fuck it.
Good old Navy squeals.
Squiggle. Fuck. But hey, I'm interested to see them. I want to see what all weapons are gonna be available. Of course, gadgets.
I dropped the
Uh,
weapons list in, I have a weapons list saved on my phone for the new Battlefield game. It's
from
very
24 too.
bland. Yeah.
I'll send that shit. I'll take a look.
Yeah, I'll send it to you now, actually. But, I have to find it first. I'm on Discord, don't I? Salty Squid. Yep. Yeah, because you called me that one time when I was out and you were drunk and you called me. And I was like, I was tripping out. I was like, at first I didn't
I,
realize who it was,
I
and
end up,
then I was like,
yeah,
oh, cool.
I realized I start once in a while I'll just drunk call someone just to fuck with them.
There you go. That's to you.
It's like it's just a regular weekend thing.
No.
But um, I'm actually kind of I want to say optimistic because even Dice knows that they have a lot to come back from. Like they have a lot to I want to say ass kissing to do because the whole BF4 not BF4 BF5 shit show.
That wasn't
We
a
all know
very
how
good
that,
game, to be honest. Like,
huh?
I didn't enjoy Battlefield 5 that much.
I mean, I enjoyed kind of like the little stories and of course doing some of the raids and like 101A or some shit. But
No, 101A was Faticus and Impy and all those guys, eh?
oh no, I'm talking about BF5 101A.
Yeah, yeah, on Battlefield 5, yeah. They were
Yeah.
101A for a bit because I joined it, and then, like I said, the connection was just too much for me to deal with.
I'm Wait, I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure Empy was the first one to run
Yeah, yeah, it was,
BF5s
yeah.
on 101A. Okay, yeah. Sir Cooch
With
was the
Penny and some other guys.
last one. Huh?
With Penny and Faticus, and I think
I don't know what the fuck Penny's doing
Navy was in
nowadays.
there too. Penny's in Battlefield 5, the Battlefield 2042 community.
I seen. I was like,
JTF 2
uh,
for the new game.
he's going over to Canadians.
Yeah. Oh, man.
So I mean, it'll be something to see. Uh, I know a lot of units from BF4, like Task Force Viking. Um, Not sure SSO. Like that's another old uh, group that maybe I'm not even sure if they're still around. If they are, they probably won't do. I don't know. They probably might stay on BF4, but they may just go like set up shop in uh, 2042. Of course, you're gonna have like SFOD. Well, like a lot of the units come back, but maybe under different leadership.
It'll be
or just
interesting.
have like, yeah, what would be kind of funny is to see some random dude just make I don't know, say a regular SSO unit, and of course the other guys they're I know they're still around, but like they're in like this little small community.
Yeah,
Uh, I know if we start between the other SSO's unit, shit, they're gonna catch wind, and then might bring them over to 2042 if they haven't gone with one of our squad. But time will tell.
interesting. So I was just looking into some of these weapons that I've never really heard of before on this list, on this weapons listing from Battlefield. Looks pretty interesting. Like you were talking about Task Force Viking and stuff like that. I think for this game, a task force would be more
I
doable.
know I saw someone. Uh, I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure it was an admin uh, mentioned in 2042 that there will not be any like task forces won't be allowed.
That's interesting because, like, in a game like this, where well, you've got random people from around the world, as in like random people banding together, the no-pats and stuff like that. That's where I see a task force working. Okay, obviously, there's a lot of
Yeah.
issues with task force because you have people who run something like Task Force Black, or and they include the
Are they
US
even still
units and the
around?
British. Um, I haven't really seen them at all, but pretty sure they're around. I'm not too sure, to be honest. I haven't really been keeping up with Milsim stuff, units that are either coming up or anything like that, because see, I work 6 days a week, so
Yeah,
it's
I
been
work.
pretty.
Uh, I got a yeah. I work pretty much 4 10-hour shifts, and I'm off for 3 days. And in those 3 days, I'm usually just catching up on some sleep.
Yeah, I get annoyed working on Saturdays because like it messes with my sleep. Like a
Oh,
lot, it
you working
messes.
nights?
No, no. Well, I have to wake up early for work, so it gets annoying that I have to be up because I don't drive and my boss lives a decent distance away from me, so I have to be up early and I have to catch a bus and a train and then off I go to work, and it's just we start early as well because I'm a carpenter by trade, so we're on the job site at 7. It's usually an hour to get there. We have to be there at 7. We're working all day till 4, and then I end up getting home to like 6 or 7, depending on traffic. So Milsom's sort of just
Shit.
been hasn't been a priority right now. I'm
Yeah, I
getting a car
mean,
soon, so it should be alright.
everyone can understand that because you have your life to worry about. So
Exactly. So when I've got 50
anyone who's
people
doing the
asking me to
same
join the
can
unit,
put Milsim on the back burner.
yeah. And I got a bunch of people asking me, "Oh, do you want to join this unit? Do you want to join that unit?" And I'm just like, mate, really? I
Yeah,
just
unless you pay me per hour, I ain't doing
yeah,
shit.
yeah. Because unless you want me to be on what somehow while I'm at work, if you're gonna pay me for it, then just good night, mate. Good night. I'm not interested.
Fuck. Ah,
Yeah,
shit.
I think I'm just gonna kick back and wait until
See how
the
things go.
yeah until I see some promise in the game in regards to Milson, because at the moment it's really hard to say the game's gonna be okay for Milsim. It's a hard thing to sort of, you know.
Yeah, only time will tell how it goes. So, um, that's about all I got for you today, man.
But, I mean, we sort of did just sort of jump into it and stuff like that. I mean, I don't think. Did you really have a Milsim real talk planned for today? I know I was supposed to come the other
Uh,
week, but
Not really. I was thinking about doing one tomorrow, but like shit just covered me for this week.
well, I was supposed to
Uh,
jump on. I think it was last week.
uh,
I was supposed to
no,
jump
'cause
onto
it was
one.
a week before. Because
Yeah,
last week we had that stuff going on with Archer and
yeah, yeah.
Lucifer.
That's right. Yeah, I was supposed to jump on the week before that, but I slept in, and I don't get notifications for Twitter. So when you messaged me, I didn't see it.
Yeah, I think I was messaging you on Twitter and Discord.
Um, no, I never had a
Probably just
Discord message
Twitter.
from you. It was just Twitter. So
Okay,
I
yeah,
mean,
it's just Twitter then.
that's the main way to reach me, to be honest, is Discord because I'll open Twitter and I'll just close it. I won't really check anything. But I don't know. Today I woke up early and I was just like, you know what? I missed out on the one I was supposed to go to, so let's see if I can get another one in. But I tell you what, man, this game's gonna be interesting, and I'm sort of
It
checking
has a
out.
lot.
You
It
know,
has a lot
this
to live up to.
it does, yeah. I mean, well, I hope it's more like Battlefield 3, to be honest. Like the way the game works and plays. Like I hope it's a lot like Battlefield 3. Just what they should do, and I hope this is what they're really doing, is I hope they've reworked Battlefield 3, like the play style of Battlefield 3, incorporating a few other things as well, like their little robot dogs and all their gadgets and stuff. But like just the play style in general of Battlefield 3 will never be matched.
Yeah,
Battlefield 3
true.
was hands down probably the best Battlefield game they ever made. Like on console. It'd have to be for me, in my opinion, it's hands down probably the best Battlefield game that was made on console. So
Nice.
that's that's what the shut up Siri, what the hell? So that's it's a big thing they have to live up to in that regard because I'll tell you what, I liked Battlefield 3. It was the first Battlefield game I got into. But my mum even used to play Battlefield 3. So
I think it's
my
crazy
mum
that
doesn't play
Battlefield 3
games, bro,
community
unless
still.
it's a good game.
Is there even still a Battlefield 3 community?
I don't think there's support for Battlefield 3 servers anymore, so I'm not too sure.
Oh, well, damn.
I know there's no support for Battlefield 4 servers. Obviously, also posted something up about that, and it was
Yeah, they're
everyone
adding.
was made
Yeah, they
aware
added
about
more
that.
servers to like West, East, and Europe because everyone's jumping back on Battlefield, getting ready for um, 2042.
I mean, it's gonna be an interesting game, man. And straight out for me, I mean, I'd like to say that I'm the most well-known Australian in Milsim because there's not really many other people from Australia that do Milsim. And it's a hard life being the most famous guy of the country. But you know what? It is what it is, mate.
You're the
It's
only Aussie. I don't know if that makes you that famous.
well, I mean, I've been the most involved. There's been a lot of Australians out there that I've, been in a unit with, or you know, have played with, or have been involved with, from another unit. Usually, if any Australian starts up a unit, I usually always suss it out. Check what they're doing, making sure they're not putting a bad name to the good old beautiful nation of Australia. Yeah, favorite country, everyone's favorite country, I reckon. But you know, I've usually always
Okay.
stayed involved with these guys, and it's gonna be because obviously that's because of my close ties to the Australian Army MA. Combo Kyle. Me and him have done a lot of research when it came to the Australian
Yeah.
military, and none of it was nothing that we ever found, and that stuff was it was just looked at once, and then we're just like, yeah, that's cool. It was always okay. Let's look at this. Where else can we find information about it? Okay, here, sweet, looks good. All right, let's look for a bit more, and then once whatever we found we thought was sufficient, and we worked at it. So I mean, I like to say that we put in a lot of hard work. So when I see these guys coming up, and I'm looking at the unit claims now for the new game, it's gonna be interesting to see how all these guys who are claiming Australian units, go about their business. Like the latest unit claim was at 6:22 a.m., which is about 3 hours ago. Um, was the Australian Defence Force. So
The whole fucking Australian military.
yeah, apparently it's gonna be funny. There was a few others up
Fucking
here that I
retarded.
seen. There was a few guys
Wait, who
claiming
claimed
special
that?
forces. I never heard of him before. He's Dirty Mooney or something. Dirty Money. I'm gonna guess that's what he's trying to say his name is. But so it's gonna
I
be
don't know.
interesting to say the least because most of Sydney's gone into lockdown as well because of COVID. So it's gonna be very, very interesting to see how things are gonna go from here. You're probably gonna see a
Yeah.
lot more Australians, in my opinion. There will probably be a lot more Australians out and about in the community because they're gonna all have nothing to do with their time, especially in Sydney. Um, but yeah, we'll see how things go. That'll be very, very interesting.
All right.
Well, this
All
guy,
right.
Special Air Service Regiment, and he's claimed all four squadrons and 152 Signals Division to one
Signals.
and three Royal Australian Air Force squadrons. He's even claimed the 2nd Battalion Royal Australian Regiment and the 1st Army Regiment. Like, seriously, some of these people, I don't understand. I look at
Well,
these claims for my country, and I'm just like, come on, man. The most legitimate one here is fucking. This isn't even legitimate. Someone trying to claim 1st Brigade, and they got Special Air Service Regiment, the 1st Commando Regiment instead of the 2nd. Alright, so anyone who tries to play as commandos in your game, alright, buddy, they're staying at base, okay? Because the 1st Regiment is fucking. What are they again? Reserves. They don't deploy. They go on humanitarian missions and shit like that. And they have the option to deploy with 2nd Commando Regiment, but they have to do 6 months reinforcement training and deployment training. So
all right.
very funny.
All
It's
right.
very funny indeed. But this was a blast,
Yeah.
mate. So,
It was good to have you.
mate, it's always good to sit here and talk shit, I guess, about whatever. But you know what? It was a good time, mate. I've
Yep. Yep.
enjoyed this little chat on a stream.
All
But the
right.
funny thing
Well,
would be that if I was talking this whole time and my audio wasn't included, imagine that. But my
oh
audio
no,
is included. I made sure.
that would kind of fucked episode, really.
Oh, I'd be very. I wouldn't know what to say. I wouldn't know how to act. It'd be a very
Shit.
interesting
But
ordeal.
anyway, I mean, it was good to have you on board. Of course, as we get closer and closer, things are gonna start ramping up, and everyone's priority right now is recruiting. So, or just doing whatever. So it's going
Well,
to be
mate,
interesting
if
to
I
see how
get
things go.
asked to recruit, if I join a unit and they tell me to recruit people, I'm just gonna tell them, listen here, mate, if you want to find members, you go do that. Okay, I'm just here to shoot shit and have fun.
Okay.
It's interesting. It's gonna be interesting to say the least.
Good. All right. Well, until next time, we'll be seeing you later.